Hi, my name is Pialadzik, and today we'll ask the question, how can language empower us to understand, question, and change our world? Language in our world. The use of language in our everyday lives is something that we kind of take for granted. It's what makes us humans. It is how we express ourselves. What is language? The definition of language is communication of thoughts and feelings through a system of arbitrary signals such as voice, sound, gestures, or written symbols. Different type of languages. There is verbal language, written language, and sign language, or C++ or binary language. All of these are different type of languages. So verbal language would be like me talking to you. Written language is like predetermined signs or combinations of signs that are on the screen right now, would be like English. Sign language would be like movements with your arm that are still predetermined to mean something. C++ or binary language would be like communication through computers or humans with computers. So really, different type of languages are just a mean of communication between a thing or a human. Vivian Evans has a PhD in language and communication. He said that language can be separated into two different parts. So it is used to express ourselves, so like to differentiate from each and every person, to like say like I like cheese or somebody else like apples, for example. The way that we communicate between each other and get to learn about each other, and to change our surroundings. So for example, if someone would say, shut that door on the way out, well, you just change your surrounding by asking somebody else to change something in the physical world. So it is through language that you can change like physical things that or how somebody else acts um, in the physical world. So you can change the world with language. Tower of Babel is a good example of how important language is. It's a story that is in the Bible. So the story is of a village whose inhabitants all spoke the same language. They wanted to appeal to God, so they decided to build a gigantic tower to reach heaven. God did not like their attempt to reach heaven, so he decided to make them speak different languages, and thus they were unable to communicate with each other and could not build the tower together. This goes to show how important language is, and even thousands of years ago, when this text was written, these humans still recognized that language was something very important in the everyday world. Michael Steven once answered the question, why do we ask questions? And he gives a pretty good example. He said, we taught apes sign language so that we could communicate with them. We were able to ask questions and make them perform tasks, but one thing we never saw them do is ask a question. This is what separates us from any other animals. We have further developed our use of language, and thus we are able to know what the other person knows. We are able to ask questions, communicate, work as a team, and this is how we evaluated to life more than any other animals. We were able to know, like we were able to not replicate the errors that we did in the past, and thus we were able to surpass any other animals. In the book Stopgap by Liam Card, language plays an important role because the lack of communication is what causes unnecessary death. For example, when Luke and Sophia created Operation Stopgap, they had no way of communicating to the people down on Earth what their plan was. And for them to learn, they had to go through a lot of death. So for them to learn what their plan was or what was going on. Death is one of the main themes in Stopgap. And it's through this that the main character, Luke, finds out more about his family. For example, when he finds out that his wife was cheating on him, and the only person that really felt sorrow about his death was his mom. So he learns more things like negatively about his family when he dies. In the book Trap, by Michael Northrop. Language plays an important role to help the students survive at their school during the storm. It is through language that they're able to make the most wise decision to help with their survival. The main character, Scott, realizes the importance of his family when he almost faces death. So again, it's through the theme of death that he gets to realize that his family is more than important than he thought it was at the beginning of the play. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them after the webinar.